Well, for you, it was only one night. For us, it was 2 nights.
Well, don't say us, like you're so much better than I am.
So.
Alrighty, welcome back to Pacific Football Weekly. This is section 2. That was GridironAlumni.com, where that's our sponsor. They put on alumni games for people who want to play another game against their rivals. So if you're interested and you got an idea to, Benson against Jefferson, you think it's something like that, or Tigard against Jesuit, or no, Tigard against Beaverton or something, maybe Beaverton against Jesuit. But you go GridironAlumni.com, check them out and get a hold of them. Alrighty, well, let's see. Here's our big event of the weekend. There you go, Southern Oregon at Kitsap. And let's see. So was up there for the big championship game, and it was the biggest surprise was that E.J. Ash actually played in the game. We were expecting that he wouldn't. Thought that would give Southern Oregon a big advantage, and then he did show up and played right away. And so guess what happened to E.J. right away?
He was a team owner, and he got up the paper here. Third and long. John Jones stepped up to his 20. He was a team owner.
That's right. He got hurt on play number 7 for the and 6 of them were runs. They had an incomplete pass. And and just watching him, this is the first time I got to see him play, and I only got to watch him run for three plays because I was still working technology-wise, trying to get everything going. But I'm looking at him on video, going, "Wow, what a difference he would have made in that game." So he got 6 runs, and then he went down. It was John Jones hit him down low and hit him, and he got up and limped off the field. Or actually, I think he got carried off the field and sat down. And we looked down and said, "I think he's out. He's out for the game." So they lost their top running back, and then the game just slowed down into being this back and forth field position thing. So we had a significant defense all over the place, and
which we predicted,
and I thought that would be a big edge for the for Southern Oregon, because they had been in so many close games, so many defensive games, low scoring, and it seemed like it really kind of was up until this early second quarter, when Kitsap brought their starting quarterback, Don Persick, who's the owner of the team. And sometimes he's the lineman and also the long snapper, and and he's a diver in the that's how he makes his money. He's a diver with going down for geoducks or gooey ducks, whatever you call it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what he dives for. Great story in the
awesome.
Kitsap Sun. Yes. So he was having trouble leading the team, so they went to their backup guy or normal starter or whatever, Ken Jackson, and he kind of lit the team up, got the team going. Very first drive of the second quarter takes them down the field, and
here we go. It is okay. 3rd and looks like 13. Jackson back to pass, throwing it downfield. He's got a catch. Touchdown! Yep, touchdown. And there are no penalties.
Great catch over the middle of the field by oh man, I don't have my notes with me here, but great catch. So that was 7-0. They get on the scoreboard right away. Well, not right away, but about towards the end of the first half. So it's 7-0 going into halftime. But both Demi and myself were looking at that score thinking, those the Kitsap guys got to be frustrated that they're not ahead by more, because they had, sort of dominated the half. They're Southern Oregon, I think they had 2 first downs on their first drive, and then after that, they didn't have one. They were just struggling to do anything, or maybe they did have one, but they could not do anything offensively. And then right at the beginning of the second half, and so that was my comment was, and it happened last week in the semifinals for Southern Oregon. They were struggling against Springfield, and then they got a big play, and bingo, they're right back in the game. And so I was looking at it thinking, all right, they're just an interception return away from being right in this game. And then, of course, what do you suppose happened?
Look, and he's waiting over the middle. He's got his man open. And, it's intercepted
guy, John Jones, he was pretty much all over the field. He almost had another interception in the late in the game when they fell behind and they needed like big time and he almost came up with that and would have run that one back too. But so that made the score 7-7, and then let's see if I got it right here. Find that play. Then let's see. Then the big play of the game. So Southern Oregon had momentum there, and then they got the ball right back and went down the field. Got down to the. Let's see if we got it here. Actually, not quite. All right. So they got down to the 26, but then their offense stalled, and they had third down and like 13. Got a big sack. Nate Ellis had a really hard time with the defense of Kitsap, and then they went to a punt. And it was a big punt. So here's what happened.
Well, it looks like the Bears are going to put a little pressure on him.
Yep, he's going to the right side corner.
Jenkins.
Got some block. Do something right there. We were talking about getting a turnover. It just had happened that we got it to fourth down, and it happened on the punt return. We needed a momentum swing, and I think we got it on that play.
Jenkins, he doesn't know it.
Yeah, it was me. There's another highlight on here where he doesn't talk, but after the game I talked to him because that ended up being the play of the game. They were a little bit in trouble momentum-wise, and then he got that, and they went right down the field. And let's see here. There we go.
Right, where the season never ends.
So the Renegades come down to this. They got a first and 10.
That's not our play yet. Let me find the right one. Okay. So Ken Jackson, he takes the team right down the field. 7-7.
Looks like he's looking down
Got a guy wide open.
Wide open. Wide open in the end zone.
Love it when the offensive linemen they come over there and they celebrate with the guys. So yeah, that was a huge play. Got their guy, that was Jose Moreno, making the catch there. They ran almost a pick play, except he just went into the middle, and the guy who was supposed to do something, just took his defender away. Boom, ran inside the.
Did you say Jose Moreno?
Yeah.
The 5'1" kicker?
He was number 3. That's what we
Wow.
went, yeah.
If that's Jose Moreno, great job.
I'm thinking that we were trying to get whether or not the numbers were right, but he was number 3 on
semi-pro.
So yeah. Anyway, so that was a big play there, and then let's see if we get it again. Then they stopped Southern Oregon again and got the ball back and moved down the field. And here's our big guy. We were looking at him, Nathan Proctor. He's number 47 for them. Looks like, he's about 250, and he took over kind of at running back. He was fullback, but they didn't have E.J. Ash. And so as the game kind of went on, they kind of wore the defense down. And that one drive, they moved right down the field, and here's what happened.
Boy, is this 2-down territory. And he's in the end zone. Touchdown. Well, there was so much.
So Nathan Proctor, he ran in. That made the score 21-7. And that was a huge score because now they're up by 2 scores. The next time, so Southern Oregon again, they couldn't move the ball, gave the ball back. Then the next possession for the Bears, I'm looking down thinking, all right, they're just going to run the clock out and we're just run the ball forward, keep moving the ball because they don't need to score anymore. And then they threw the ball sideways, and that's where John Jones was right there, and the ball hit the receiver almost, and he hit the receiver at the same time. And the ball went up, and I thought, oh, there we go. No, he didn't catch it. So that would have, it was a huge play. And then, they still just would not go quietly, I guess. They would not take the game and say, all right, we're gonna run the clock out here. Let's see, where's that play at? So they got third down. Let's see, So they got the ball back and moved down the field. I think there was about 6 minutes left in the game, and here's what they did.
On the play. Touchdown. Alrighty, here we go. It is, okay, 3rd and looks like 13. Jackson back to pass. Throwing it downfield. He's got it.
That's right. That was their first touchdown. I guess I don't have that. No, it's somewhere in here. Doggone stats. Highlights. Technology. You know, I got that thing in there, but anyway, they scored again, so that made it 28-7. Renegades came back a little bit later.
Driving out to his right, throws toward the end zone. He's got him in. Touchdown! Thomas Heineken.
That was a touchdown pass by Ellis, but he ended up with 103 yards on 24 attempts. Ken Jackson, he had 103 yards. I think he had 12 attempts and 7 completions. So they both had 7 completions, but Jackson had 12 fewer passes. And Ellis, I think he ended up running for like 26 yards, but he had a lot of negative gains too. He really had a hard time with the defensive line and linebackers also of the Bears. So overall, it looked like the team that played better won the game, and they did look like I'd say a better team. So you want to?
Well, I didn't watch the game obviously, but from what you're saying and from what I've heard so far is we did predict 2 things would happen on Saturday. One, Nate Ellis would not be a factor. They kept a lot of pressure on him. I talked to Joe, and he was going to keep a spy on him at all times.
Yeah.
And they took advantage of the middle of the field. I knew that both teams were soft in the middle of the field, right past probably the 10 to 15 yard range, and on that touchdown pass, that's exactly what it was. They didn't break down very many times, though. I think the one thing that I looked at, and Demi and I were. We got a comment on the interactive part about Nate being a lot more effective once he got out of the pocket, and that did seem to be the way when he did go forward. That's when he did go forward, is when he got out of the pocket. But they put him back there and needing a lot of time. They had guys running downfield a lot. I kept waiting for them to go, throw some short passes, do anything quickly to get the defense off balance, and they just would not do that. Yeah.
So coaching wise, I think they made a mistake on that. Just putting too much pressure on Nate to make the perfect pass to guys, and defensively they had a lot of guys covering everybody. So because their running game just had trouble doing anything too. So they had them pretty well defended. So Southern Oregon, I think their shot really was that one drive where they got after the interception return, and they got that momentum going. They really needed that score there to get a lead, and then they might have had a shot. But when they didn't score and they got that big run back, and then they went right down the field, the Bears. So that was pretty much the game right there. But it was a lot of fun to watch. I kind of wish there had been a few more people in the stands, but the game had to compete with Demolition Derby right next to it.
Oh, I could see that happening.
I think it was Demolition. It was like there's the dirt track speedway right next to the stadium, which we could hear all game long.
Nice.
Well, yeah, that dirt track stuff's pretty entertaining. When I didn't know where the stadium was, so I pull up and there's the fairgrounds and the high school's right there, and so I'm looking down, going, "There's 2,000 people in those stands! Wow!" And then it hit me. Oh, wait a second, that's like a dirt track. Okay, that's
gosh.
Yeah. So then because I had already parked, because you can't see that it's not a stadium. It's all.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to the Kitsap County Bears.
There they are, the Bears 28, Southern Oregon 14. Actually got the score with the winning team on top, not the host team on top. But yeah, the Bears they did a great job of playing really well all season long, 12-1. Had a lot of games where they won fairly convincingly. They won they won several games closely too. So great job on their part.
Now, did they all get rings?
They I think they can make them if they want to.
They can. I've never gotten a ring, but you can make them. You can make a ring for any occasion.
I think that they should get like medallions, like big medallions. Actually,
They would get big medallions they can hang off their
or
Yes.
grills.
as they.
or grills.
Grills,
Yes.
PFL champs, platinum, diamond.
I think
I like
they ought to
that.
get like disco shirts. They could, they can wear, open so that you don't get like, yeah.
As long as you have chest hair. If you don't have
That's-
chest hair,
Yeah,
can't do
you
it.
cannot rock it.
No. So we have one other thing to talk about. So during the whole year, especially during the first part of the year, Cliff and I would pick games.
I actually brought this up at the end of the.
So during the regular season, on the games that we picked opposite from,
Yeah.
Cliff was 0 and 11. Or sorry, 0 and 12.
And we got it at 0 and 13 on
Oh.
on somebody who was keeping track
Oh.
on the yeah.
So 0 and 13.
0 and a
So
lot
we had
of
dubbed the Kiss of Death
Yeah.
to Cliff. Now
It wasn't just me or you guys doing that. It was people.
Yeah, now there's a modifier to this. So there's a modifier. If we pick the same team, we are 50-50
That's it.
on deciding. So next year, you better hope that both Cliff and I agree on who's going to win. Otherwise, if
You're-
Cliff picks you,
You better.
you might as well not
Yeah,
even
you
go.
probably. Exactly.
That was, another thing that added to the entertainment of the game, of the webcast. Next year, we're going to do a better job of keeping track of it too.
See, I want to slide. We need to come up with like a dunce hat. Like we talked about it earlier this
dunce
year.
hat's not. We got to,
Yeah,
something
I like
better than a
that.
dunce hat. We'll put Jilene on that. What can we,
I
stylishly
know.
wise? That'll make me. Excuse me. That'll make
tiara.
whichever
You'll
one of
have
us
to
is
you'll have to wear a medallion and an open disco shirt.
or maybe
I will
we'll
definitely win then. 'cause
maybe
I,
I'll have to wear something that says Huskies on it. So
works for me.
that would be rough.
Wow. So, talking about next year, we have some, plans on having some segments as far as
Yeah.
outside of PFL. We're going to be doing a lot of, off the sideline segments. We're
We'll
going to be
have a
going
lot
out.
more video on the show. Yes, from
Right.
this.
We're going to be talking with cheerleaders. We're going to be talking to wives and girlfriends of players. And Jaileen's going to have a lot more camera time next year.
We just want to make this a little bit more open to women as well and other viewers outside of just
We've got-
men that are in the league and playing. So, it won't be all of it, but just a little bit of a segment of something different.
So we've got a PFL Title IX here.
Yeah, and if you want to, put some comments on the recorded version here of things you'd like to see on the show, please do that. So we'll be paying attention.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. We should get, some comments from the viewers and people that are in the league of what maybe we can do as far as segments and who's open out there that would like to do something with us, the cheerleaders or, some of the guys that I know we were talking about some things that would be, real fun and funny for people to watch too. So
I think we should put Jailene through a mini camp. I'm actually being dead serious.
yeah, we were talking about that.
So-
I'm down. I'm game.
I think we should do it next year when actually the mini camps are going on, and we'll put you through what everyone else goes through.
Well, I'm little, but I can run fast.
I'm just saying you're going to go through the same stuff I had to go through,
Okay.
and many of weekends of puking.
Well, now they have a women's football league, so.
But I'm not a football player, obviously.
Okay. Well, that's
It's-
we
what
don't
makes
want to
it
play.
funny.
We just want you to go through the preparation to be a player.
Well, then
Well,
maybe
and
we
I-
should
and
get into
then-
them and have her go through those mini camps.
Yeah.
Right, and
maybe-
then we will take Charlie and maybe Cliff as well, and you guys can go through a cheerleading.
I'm actually working.
Done.
I'm
Oh,
like
don't you
starting my
finish
little
that.
process to become, to potentially be a player because I still want to play quarterback against the Monarchs because I got this idea of what really would work with them, so against them. So because I watched them several times last year, thinking, if I'm out there quarterback, here's what I'm doing. So
Yeah, you go for that. I hear the Vipers have an opening.
I want to. Well, you know what? Actually, the Raiders. I'd like to be like their backup guy for a game or something like that.
Right, so any of the
that's a
teams
big
out there, you guys can go ahead and comment whatever team wants to have.
Yeah,
And none of that is,
whomever.
contact Cliff's agent.
That's maybe I should get an agent. That's my problem. So other than
There you go. You have
other
an
than
agent,
needing
don't
to
you,
work
Jailene?
out. For
I
a while.
do.
Yeah, Jailene has an agent.
Yeah,
Have her people call have your people call her people.
that's
Yes.
it.
How about that?
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, I think that'll close up our show. Pacific Football Weekly again. Cliff Fenning, Jarlene Eubanks, Charlie Latt. Had a great year. Thanks everybody for getting onto the webcast and telling your friends and watching the recorded part of the show. It's been a ton of fun. We've had a great year from just starting up again as in a booth, Charlie and myself, with a webcam. And then we got guests on, and we moved to a table, or not a booth, but a table, and got the better camera. And then we moved to another place to on deck from Blitz Pearl. We got another. Jarlene came on, and we
The talent.
brought her
By
on.
far the best addition of this show. has
Yeah,
been
actually,
Jarlene
she
Eubanks.
answered an ad on Craigslist
Yes.
for.
We don't need to go over that again, Cliff.
Whoa,
We're looking
what?
for another cast
No,
member.
Missed
if you're,
connections.
yeah,
There's no
so-
strings attached.
No, actually, it was under gigs.
We're not recording. By
Well,
the way,
that's yeah, that's
tape ran out. That's okay though.
that's it. Okay, no, it's gonna. All right. Okay, well, hey, thanks again for everyone watching, and we will see you again next year. We'll probably put some stuff on every once in a while just to keep track of y'all. So thanks again. It's been a wonderful time. Pacific Football Weekly. We'll see you next year.
And take a bow.
Oh, curtsy. Oh, they can't see the